Welcome to day 49. Tomorrow we will be at the halfway point. I can't believe it. I feel like this has flown by. The title of today's devotional is On the Other Side, and the scripture is 2 Chronicles 15 verse 7, and it says, oh, guys, there's a bug in here. You know, I'm just gonna leave this. Normally I would restart it, but I'm not going to. Okay, 2 Chronicles 15 verse 7, and it says, "But as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded." And the devotional says, obstacles can seem like a sign that we're on the wrong path, or they can make us feel as if something is inherently wrong with us. But the truth is, God uses obstacles to strengthen us the way weights build muscle. He is less concerned with what's happening in your life and more concerned with how you're approaching life. What if the obstacle you're facing right now was an invitation to believe bigger? Every chance to believe bigger and live bolder will be faced with resistance, doubt, and difficulty. It's not a reflection of your brokenness. It's actually a clue as to the greater resilience, brilliance, and dominance that God is seeking to build within you. We can't always dictate our circumstances, but we can control how we face them. So if you've hit a wall, don't give up. Your breakthrough is on the other side, and the process is building something powerful and necessary within. God requires progress, not perfection. He longs to travel this road intimately with you. This is a chance for you to hear his voice like never before, and a chance to discover a higher version of you that will never emerge if you allow the obstacle to trick you into stopping, second-guessing, or retreating. Get up, keep pressing on, try again. God is just getting started. I absolutely love this because I had such a revelation a few years back that obstacles are opportunities. I never looked at it that way. I always saw obstacles where I'm doing something wrong because my whole life I've been very perfection driven, achievement oriented, where I like to achieve things. I loved school because I like to see if I study, then I get an A or I get a good grade or whatever. And there was just such a attractiveness about something that's being able to be measured. So for me, it was like, oh, when I came up against obstacles, I was like, but I'm doing everything right. Like, Lord, I'm checking all the boxes. I'm going to church. I'm spending time in your presence. But I wasn't doing it from a heart posture of just surrender. I was doing it from a posture of control. It was the opposite of this. It was like this. I was like, I'm doing everything. And God was like, hey girl, like, calm down. When you encounter obstacles, they are opportunities for me to show off in your life. And I remember, I don't know if I shared this in another devotional or not, but we were in a women's group and we were talking about the message in a small group, and it was on tithing and whatnot. And this one, the leader of the group, said that her whole life, luckily, had been pretty financially secure. Her and her husband had tithed and been super generous, and they never really encountered financial difficulty or hardship. And this year, it was just another level. They're like, the lack, the trials, the tribulations. She's like, what is this, God? Like, I didn't do anything wrong. You know, I did everything right. What's going on? And then she said something so beautiful, which is, in this moment, she's never had to know, up to this point in her life, she's never had to know God as her provider, because he's provided, but via job, you know, other things like that. But she's never been so reliant on him to be provider that, you know, without him, they wouldn't make it, you know? And she was like, I think this is just an opportunity for me to get to know God as provider, because I know him as healer. He healed my husband of cancer. Like, I know him as, you know, peace. I know him as all these things, but now I get to know him as provider. And I just thought that was so beautiful. And I know for myself, if I look at obstacles through that lens, I almost get excited because I'm like, oh my gosh, God, like, what are you going to show me? And I do think that it's like, I remember God showing me the perspective of, we can ask God when we're in hardships and struggles. Sometimes we look around and we're like, God, where are you? AKA, like, what our undertone or that subtitle is you're not here. Versus if we change our heart and our expectation and say, God, where are you? ... Like, I'm looking for you in this, knowing that you're not going to leave me or forsake me. Where are you working in this? And when we flip that, and when we switch our tone of voice and our expectation, he never has let me down. He will show me, oh, I'm working on this, I'm working on you, I'm working on this person. And it just makes it so much easier to go through the obstacle because you don't feel like you're on your own, you know? let's see here. The question, where is God telling you not to give up and to try again? And the prayer says, God, you have placed victory in my DNA. Order my footsteps. Guide me through the difficulty and into a majestic destiny that I know is waiting for me. I think too, like, obstacles will often make us want to run from God, when the best place to go, the only place that's acceptable when we come up against an obstacle, is to run into the presence of God. So please hear me. When and if, and even if right now you're dealing with some sort of obstacle or opposition, don't shut God out. Run into his presence, because it's there that you'll have peace, maybe even understanding. He might just be like, I can tell you the answer. Like, I can tell you what's going on. I can give you a heavenly perspective, but you're shutting me out. Come to me and let me show you what I'm doing. And that's been the most cool thing for me, is when we're going through hard stuff and I draw near to God, despite what my emotions want to do. But I draw near to God and he shows me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And then I embrace it. And then often when we embrace that, we get out of that season a lot quicker than if we just were like, I'm gonna pout in the corner, like, God, do what I want you to do. You know what I mean? So anyways, that is it. I'll see you guys tomorrow for day 50. Bye.